My name is Melina Cortez. It's great to see everyone here. Some of you I already knew, and it's great to meet new people. I'm originally from the Dominican Republic. However, Boston has been home for the past 30 years. So Boston is, in fact, home. I launched Lullaby, the concept behind this clothing line in 2014, on paper in 2012. So it's been a lot of years in the making. And the goal behind Lullaby and my mission really as a designer for women is to be a part of their lifestyle, right? I design for the type of women that raised me, women who um, didn't have a lot of money back then. So when they invested in a piece, it really needed to be a piece that could live on for many seasons and for many years, right? And that could be worn again and again and again. So I very much chase that timeless essence. And I want for all my dresses to be timeless pieces and staples in a woman's closet. And so my collections are really meant to be a part of the busy woman lifestyle, from dresses that are appropriate for work to dresses that are appropriate to cocktail or hanging out with the girlfriends, to dresses that are a little bit more special occasion for the gala, the wedding, guest of wedding, and so on and so forth. My silhouettes are very I like to define it as bold with a classic twist. The cut is very classic. The silhouette is very simple. I personally don't like. Again, I'm trying not to follow trends. For me, the detail and the importance of what Lullaby means for me is in the color. That's kind of how I express my boldness in the color, in the prints. I personally source all of my fabric. 95% of them come from Italy. I want to make sure that when I'm making one or two dresses and you're investing in that dress, that you're not going to walk into a party and somebody else is going to have that print. So that is kind of the vision behind Lullaby. The pieces that I selected, so before I share my screen, so as I mentioned during my introduction, in any collection that I create, I like to tell a story, right? So if I am my ideal customer, if I'm my target customer, I am a woman that also happens to have a corporate job. I'm an executive, a healthcare executive, so I need pieces that I could wear to the boardroom. I also have a very close group of girlfriends, that pre-COVID, we get together, we go out. I also go on dates with my husband, whenever our little rugrats are behaving. So, and then there's the more the theater or the gala or the wedding that also I want to be dressed for. So I kind of broke it down that way so that you guys could get a sense of and this is the collection that is being shown currently in the showroom in Atlanta for spring. One thing that I've incorporated, and I welcome other people's feedback, is before it was spring, summer, and then fall, winter. I have always kind of been a little bit against that. So now I've started calling my collections by the year, because I do feel that a lot of these dresses can be worn at different times depending on where you live in the United States. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here for a minute. And then let's see. All right. So this is again part of the I was gonna say spring, but I would say 2020 collection. So as I mentioned before, very simple silhouettes, very easy to carry styles, made for with different body types in mind. I'm from the Caribbean, so even in my thinner days, I always had hips and bust and all of that stuff. So really, some of the best compliments I've gotten from people that wear my dresses or that buy them, and is I put it on, I forget about it, it fits great, and that's something that that is very important to me. My collection has always, I'm very proud of the fact that I've been able to maintain the development and the production in New York, and now moving it a little bit to Boston. It's helped me to grow as a designer, to be that close to the quality inspection, the production, the sourcing, anything that goes into Lullaby, I am hands-on involved in. So this is an example of pieces that could be easily worn to work. These are pieces that one of them could be worn into work, but now you're talking more about, cocktail with girlfriends, social gatherings, and so on and so forth. So this is just an example of, and as you can see, again, my eye is always it needs to fit right, and then it needs to be a different fabric, it needs to be a different print. I don't ever want to see someone else, if you invest in a dress, I don't ever want anyone to be worried about someone having the exact same dress, the exact same print. And I'm still making this in very small batches. This is a very special dress because I designed it, and stores didn't get it. I was designing for a long time to please stores, because my line, I was fortunate enough to partner with a showroom in New York, and now I'm working with a showroom in Atlanta, and they go out and they show the collection to boutiques, right? One of the changes that I'm making moving forward is I want to be able to communicate directly with my customer. That is when I actually have the most fun, when I'm actually designing for a person. I get to know them, they get to know me. By the end, they've seen pictures of my kids, I've seen pictures of their kids. It's a completely different experience. And I want anyone who owns and touches my fabric and who owns a piece to really know that they're buying my story, right? I started this label because this is my way to communicate when I'm angry, when I'm sad, when I'm happy, when I'm excited. And so even though I was advised not to make this piece because not everybody was going to understand it, I, humbly ignored that advice, and I wanted to see it be done. I think that it's the right piece for the right woman. Probably maybe not for the right store, but definitely for the right customer. So um, and then this is, again, the color, even though I live in Boston, and if you see me in my day-to-day life, I'm pretty black and gray and brown. Really, when I'm designing and when I'm merchandising a collection and picking fabrics, it's kind of when I allow myself to go a little wild. And this is where my childhood comes in. This is looking at the stress. It just transports me back to when I was 6 years old, playing in my grandmother's yard, and just with the cherry trees and the guava trees and the coconut trees, and just this fusion of things and colors. And so it's my way to kind of to make the piece whole with different parts of who I am, right? Last but not least, I believe so just a mix of different fabrics, and that's what I try to really convey and communicate with each of my pieces. I don't like to play it safe. This is a lace with silk chiffon that was degraded in color, so just always maintaining that elegant style. For me, what it means to be elegant, but presenting it in a way that allows the woman to project that confidence, that boldness, that beauty that is already there. So I never mean for my dresses to make anyone. I believe we are already beautiful as we are. The dress for me is more of a complement of what's already there. So those are my pieces.